I got a new camera, as you might be able to tell. I'm kind of new to this whole thing, so I'm not completely sure how to use this thing, but I'll figure it out. I did figure out how to turn it on and how to start shooting. I believe I'm recording right now. That's what that little red dot means. And obviously I'm gonna have to get a microphone for it pretty soon. The audio quality isn't the best, but hopefully it's not too shitty. But I should take care of that in a couple of weeks, so bear with me. Hi, I'm T1J. Follow me on Twitter. One thing I know I have to work on is avoiding looking at the viewfinder because that's probably really distracting. I know it is for me when other people do it. I should probably flip it around once I start shooting. Philip says, where's my money? You know, it's actually not that unlikely that I owe you money. That money probably went into the purchase of this camera. Lori says, what made you realize that you wanted to get into tackling some of today's most controversial subjects? I mean, hats off to you for doing it, but you entered an area most people avoid like the plague. I don't know, maybe I'm a masochist, but really, I'm just an opinionated person. I just like to express myself. And I don't really express myself that much in my day-to-day life because nobody wants to hear that shit, honestly. And I'm not the type of person that feels the need to just impose my opinions every time someone's talking about something. I don't want to be that guy. So YouTube is my way to express myself and to vent and share my views. When I first started this, I was not intending to do this as a career or to build this huge audience. It was just my avenue to express myself. And then there just happened to be some people out there who were feeling me. But as you keep going and as you grow, you realize that there are a lot of people who don't feel you. So sometimes I make a video and I get a whole bunch of subscribers, and sometimes I make a video and I lose a bunch of subscribers. That's kind of the nature of the beast when you're doing controversial stuff. Pro tip, if you want to make a YouTube channel and you want that channel to be very successful very quickly, probably don't make it about social issues. Jonathan says, do you have experiences with going on a date? How do you usually go about it? Well, I don't go on that many dates. And honestly, it's hard to really tell with me, what's a date and what's not a date, because I don't really do the traditional thing where I go up to a girl and I'm like, will you go on a date with me? I have never done that before. Personally, I don't like the pressure that goes with that. I don't want to sit across from you on a table like it's a job interview and I try my best to not make a fool out of myself. That just sounds nerve-wracking. I'm not into that. What I like to do is I invite people to a more social atmosphere. I'm like, let's go get a drink at a bar or something, or let's go watch a show or something. That way there's less one-on-one intimate pressure. I feel like once you actually know the person a little and are comfortable with them, that's when you can do the one-on-one sit down at a restaurant, that type of thing. That's just the way I do it. I don't feel like that's the optimal way. That's what's most comfortable for me. Stephanie says, were you raised in a certain religion and do you have religious family members or friends? I actually was raised as a Christian, a non-denominational Christian, and most of my family is Christian. I'm no longer a Christian. I'm an atheist now, as many of you know. I used to make a lot of videos about atheism, but I don't really that much anymore. It's just not a thing that I think about that much anymore, but I still feel the same way. It's funny because in a previous video, someone in the comments noticed some of the books behind me. I was wondering if anybody was gonna notice, but there's right over here is the Left Behind book series. They belong to my mom. It's like a Christian book series about a group of people who are left behind after the rapture. I'm pretty sure that's what it's about. I haven't read it, but it's just funny because someone pointed that out. Most of my friends, I think, are non-religious. Some of them identify as atheists. Some of them have their own personal thing going, but I only have one or two friends that are overtly and deeply religious. In fact, one of my best friends of all time is a Christian. Alex says, what are some of your favorite YouTubers to watch? This is a really hard question because there's so much stuff on YouTube and I try to watch too much of it. I'm subscribed to hundreds of channels. Probably my favorite of all time is Vlogbrothers. I actually got to meet a lot of the YouTubers that I like when I went to VidCon, which was awesome. Lately, I've been trying to watch vlogs. I went through a phase where I was watching a lot of, more produced content like comedy sketches and short films and educational videos and things like that. Lately, I've been trying to watch more vlogs because I'm a vlogger, even though my subject matter isn't really the same as a lot of vloggers, but there's a bunch of them that I like Grace Helbig, The Third Pew, and I don't know, I'm having a brain fart right now, but there's hundreds. Jackie says, what's your favorite sandwich? What's your favorite insect? What's your best childhood memory? How did you discover you wanted to make videos? Okay, Jackie, you need to calm down. It's way too many questions all at once. Luckily, I think I can answer these pretty easily. Favorite sandwich? Can't pick one because I just like sandwiches. Basically, anything that's food, I will probably attempt to make a sandwich out of it. Favorite insect? That's easy because none of them. Best childhood memory? That's a little bit hard because I have a pretty bad long-term memory. I remember one time when I was a kid, I got this like little toy car type thing. It was like a toy, but you could actually ride it. I think it had pedals, and I was really pumped about it. But then I let one of my friends ride it and she broke it, so that sucked. I guess that doesn't really count as a good memory. And how did I discover that I wanted to make videos? Well, I'm the type of person that always wanted to make stuff and share it with people. Even before YouTube was a thing, when I first got the internet, I was making websites and trying to make animations. I made like a web comic. Even before I got the internet, I always like to draw stuff and write stuff and share it with people. So I've always been that sort of creative, expressive person. So YouTube was just a natural thing for me. Added on to the fact that I'm also an opinionated person. So vlogging, YouTube, it just made sense. Casey says, what are some examples of ways you've changed your thinking on a given topic or grown as a person over the years? The biggest thing for me is learning how to imagine other people complexly and sort of just think about perspectives other than my own. It's something that I've always believed in, but it's easy to say something and it's another thing to actually do it and live it. A perfect example is at VidCon, I encountered Anita Sarkeesian. I didn't talk to her or anything. I was just like in the same room with her. Now, some of you may know, some of you were around, but I made a video about her a while ago. It was about other things, but it was also about her. And I kind of just trash talked the fuck out of her. Like, it was kind of mean. I have since privated that video because I don't really like the tone. But the problem was I sort of equated her with her work. I didn't see her as a person. And so when I was in the same room with her, I was just like, oh shit, Anita Sarkeesian is a real person. She has feelings, she laughs, she dances, she tells jokes, she smiles, she eats food. Like, it seems very silly, but when you don't see someone in person, sometimes it's hard to imagine them as complex human beings. And I still don't agree with Anita Sarkeesian on a lot of the stuff that she does, but disagreement doesn't have to equal disrespect. Like I said, it's something that I've always believed and tried to live, but a lot of times, you know, you find yourself doing things that aren't commensurate with your values. That's just probably the main way that I've grown, like, as of late. Anyway, I'm gonna end this video before the SD card fills up. I ordered some SD cards with more space on them, but they haven't come in yet, so I can only like shoot in short spurts right now. But anyway, thank you for watching my videos, and bear with me as I learn how to use this camera. Consider hitting the thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you like my hair. Thank you once again for watching my video. For those that don't know, I'm a full-time YouTube creator, and the only way that I'm able to do that is through your support, and a large portion of that support comes through Patreon. Now, Patreon is a crowdfunding site for people like me with ongoing creative projects. It's kind of like an online tip jar where you can set it up to donate just a couple bucks every time I make a new video. So if you find any value in my channel or my videos, or if you just want to support me, please consider signing up for Patreon. That would be super amazing and totally appreciated. But even if you don't feel like it, or if you can't, that's fine too. I just thank you for watching.